Okay, here we are again with some MouKey speakers. I got some issues, but before all that, we'll just go over the specs. It's the MouKey M20-1, known on Amazon as MouKey Passive bookshelf speakers pair, 100 watts, whatever, something like that. It's a long name. It's got a 5-inch bass driver, and 1-inch treble tweeter. Frequency range in the manual, it says it's 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, which is not possible to go down low on these speakers. But the box does say 60 hertz to 15,000 kilohertz, so that seems a bit more reasonable, realistic, and only being up to 15 kilohertz is kind of disappointing because human hearing goes up to 20 kilohertz on average. That's the typical threshold. Sensitivity on these speakers is 86 decibels. Impedance is 4 ohms. They're really not that hard to push, honestly. Power range in the manual is stated as 20 to 50 watts, but the max is 50. There's no RMS figure that is given. Dimensions, we got 6.4 inches wide, 8.26 inches deep, and 11 inches tall. This video is definitely going to be more of a rant than usual, even though all my videos are ranty. So I'll just start with my experience with these speakers and with MouKey. This is actually my second set of these. The first one came in. That's a good bit of physical imperfections on them. I did order them as new speakers. They were on sale for $68 roundabouts, give or take a few pennies. And they had a lot of physical imperfections, and one of the speakers had a buzzing in the tweeter whenever it would play certain frequencies. It was actually pretty prevalent throughout most frequencies. It was just like harsh. It was a very harsh tone. Buzzing, probably doesn't describe it right. It's more of a screech. So I opened up a return with Amazon, sent it back, got a new set of speakers in a few days. That's these. Got these on Saturday. It's currently Monday, February 21st. I got these on the 19th and let them be. Didn't open them then because I was pretty busy. I was doing stuff. Today, I opened them up, and so the other set of speakers, there's also something rattling around in the speaker that the same speaker that had the issue with the tweeter. There's something rattling around in it. I assume it was some solder from one of the speaker connections for the tweeter, or maybe for the crossover for it. If there's crossovers in these, I'm not exactly sure. I couldn't find anything that's stated as such on either Amazon or in the manual. The manual for these, there's about 3 pages for English instructions and specifications. I didn't really go too deep into the manual on this one because I just have had issues with these speakers. So first set, return, got this set. Opened them up today and shook them around like I did with the other speakers. No loose bits. Awesome. Great. A few physical imperfections that I noticed at first, and I was like, okay, well, that's a lot better than the other ones because at least these little posts where the grill sits, those look fine. On the other one, they were pretty beat, and there's marks and glue everywhere and plastic bits being just dangling that I could easily pull off. But anyway, back to these. I hooked these up after short physical inspection. I didn't really look into them too much. Hooked them up. Started off. So I hooked them up to my system, which is a Denon DRA 297 receiver amplifier thing. It's nothing special. It's connected to a Prozar DAC. Not exactly sure on the model number of that, but it's their $25 DAC that they have. Connected to my TV, connected to my server computer, which has all my music files on it. So started off listening to Wood by Alice in Chains off their MTV Unplugged. Sounded pretty good. I really liked it. Bass sounded pretty dang good. Not necessarily natural or fully present, but it was really good. There's some good, you could hear some vibration from this guitar strings when they were coming in, which is nice. Really makes you feel like you're there. Vocals came straight dead center. Pretty good experience. So then I was like, okay, well, that was good. Speakers sound fine. No buzzing from the tweeter or anything. And then I went to my next, I guess, test song, Magic Man by Heart. I usually bring this one up because it's a pretty good imaging test. At the beginning, there's some chimes that come in straight from the left, a little bit left and up on the left speaker. For whatever reason, same thing with the other MouKey speakers, these came in right center, which makes no sense at all. It's not supposed to be there. Don't know why it's placed there. So when you look on the back of these, they do say like rear right, rear left, and I had it to where the rear left was on my left and the rear right was on my right. Now, I know it sounds kind of stupid because this isn't how it works at all, but I flipped them. I flipped the speakers. I put the rear left on the right and the rear left and the rear right on the left. Doesn't make any sense because the wiring didn't change at all. It's just its speakers, and so I just hooked them back up, and the same thing was happening. I was just hoping and praying. No such luck. So after that, I then noticed that one of the tweeters was flexing at times with the vocals, and upon further inspection, not sure if you can see it too well, but this tweeter is very dented and damaged looking. I don't think it really affected the performance in any way because it still sounded mostly fine, but that's not good. These are new speakers. These are not supposed to be damaged. I didn't touch the tweeter at any time. And even if I did, I have had these open out of the box for maybe like 30 minutes to an hour. So I'm pretty sure I didn't do that. And there's also some other telltale signs that these probably aren't new. I'm going to have to put the mic down for a second, but there's some vinyl peeling up. I'm going to put the mic kind of close. Maybe you can hear it whenever But hopefully you can hear that. I'm going to try to show you. Yeah, there you go. I think you can see it there. The vinyl's just kind of coming up there. There's like glue residue on the feet. I just don't care for MouKey's build quality. It's poor. It's poor build quality. I mean, they are cheap speakers. I get it. But back to the speakers. Again, right tweeter. There's just a screeching noise. And it doesn't matter what volume you're at. You can hear it. It started happening on Magic Man. I think it was because of the female vocals. Kind of got more into the higher register. Wood by Alice in Chains does not really hit many high frequencies. Like even the drums and the cymbal crashes and stuff, it's just not. There's no like sustained high frequency notes in that song. But Magic Man by Heart, pretty much unlistenable on these speakers. There's just a screeching coming from one of the tweeters on the whatever turns it's the right channel. It's just screeching, and it's awful. It's terrible, and it's completely unlistenable in my opinion. And then the build quality is just piss poor. These things they're light, they're cheaply made, they're cheaply built, and I don't know. I can't recommend these. Again, like the other MouKey speakers, the M20-3s, the best part about these things, these binding posts, these are awesome. I love them. You push it in, you put your speaker wire in, you let go. You're connected. Other than that, can't not recommend these speakers enough. These suck. they wouldn't suck if they didn't have the build quality issues. Because I was really enjoying listening to them until I got to my second song, and then it's just awful. I don't know what happened between the first song and the second song. Because Wood sounded really good. I was enjoying it. I was not enjoying this front port. It was blasting me with air. I sit 4 feet away from my speakers at my office where I test, and I was just getting blasted with air. It's going to happen with these front ported speakers with these tiny little circular ports out front. Yeah. Poor build quality, cheaply made, cheap product. There are better products at similar prices on sale, and there are better products at higher prices that I would wholeheartedly recommend over these or the other set of MouKey speakers that I had. I don't like these. It's not that I don't like the sound. I just don't like the quality. This is the second set I've gotten with similar issues. It's got a quality control pass sticker on it, but I don't believe that. I don't believe that anybody quality controlled these in any kind of way, because there's physical imperfections. There's a busted looking tweeter. Tweeter sounds screechy on one of the speakers, or maybe it's just in the right channel whenever it's going through that. Maybe just the tweeters on these are really bad. And they're really, like, they're soft, they're silk dome tweeters and they're soft tweeters, but they are like insanely easy to just, like, I don't have an issue. Like, I usually have issues with people touching tweeters, but I'm not going to on this one because it's already damaged. But it's really, really easy to just push in. And like when I was listening to Magic Man, like this one was flexing. I've never seen a tweeter flex before. It was really strange to see it going in and out. So I'm not sure what's going on with these MouKey speakers, but there's just, it's bad. There's something bad going on. The imaging's really bad. Like I said earlier, in Magic Man, there's those chimes that come in from the top left, and they were dead center right, and it was awful. It's frankly pathetic. Other than that, I mean, the bass was good. Like, the overall sound wasn't really bad. It's just the imaging is really bad, and that screeching from the tweeter just completely destroys the entire experience. And normally I like listening to a speaker for an entire day, at least, before I make one of these videos. And these I listened to for a total of maybe 6 minutes because they were unlistenable. And it's not even like a break-in thing because it's tweeters. Tweeters don't usually need break-in. It's usually the woofers. You want them to, flex and just kind of loosen up the components a little bit. But tweeters don't flex. This one does, but tweeters usually don't flex. So yeah, I feel like this speaker shootout was kind of a good idea and a bad idea in a sense, because yes, I got 3 sets of speakers for $68, and only one of them is even remotely good. So it feels kind of defeating to actually make a finale, like an actual speaker. Like I did the separate parts, each speaker given its own dedicated video, and then I was gonna do a wrap up. I'm still gonna do the wrap up because I think it's necessary, but it just feels kind of not necessary anymore, because I could just delete the reviews for these MouKey speakers and just have the ELAC one up and be like, yep, get this speaker at $68. It's entirely worth your money. Any competitors are probably not. I don't know, man. I'm done with MouKey, I guess. I'm never buying another one of their products again, just from a quality control perspective. I've gotten 4 pairs of speakers from them. 3 have been defective in some way. 75% is really bad for defectiveness, especially since I ordered these as new speakers. They were on sale for $68, yes, and they were new. I looked at my order, made sure that they were new speakers. These are not used. These are not refurbished. These are not Amazon returns. They got repackaged, or at least they shouldn't be. But that's what I feel like I got. I feel like somebody else had these speakers at some point, decided they didn't want them or damaged them in some way and returned them to Amazon. And then I was the unfortunate sucker who got three of those under the guise of being on sale. So I wouldn't recommend these on sale for $68, and I wouldn't recommend them at their MSRP of $69.99, which is, I mean, that's pretty cheap for a set of speakers. And if you want to give it a shot, try to hope and pray that you get a actual new set that actually passed quality control of some sort. These probably aren't bad. I did like them until I didn't like them 3 minutes later. So I can't recommend these. If you want to give them a shot, I'm going to put the Amazon affiliate link in the description below. It is an affiliate link. I forgot to mention that in the past 2 videos, but yes, all the Amazon links in my videos will be affiliate links. I do get kickback if you end up purchasing an item through that link. I don't know, man. I didn't come into this with a negative mindset. I had seen a review on these speakers before by Cheap Audio Man, and he praised them pretty highly for their price. And he wasn't like singing and soaring about how fantastic these are, but he said for like $68 speakers, hey, you could do a lot worse. I don't think so. I think you could do a lot better, quite honestly. You can even find something on Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp, Craigslist, maybe even eBay. You could probably find a better set of speakers around this price point, because these are just not quality. They're not quality controlled. Build quality is pretty poor. And I don't know. I'm just not about it anymore. Not about the MouKey life. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot the speaker shootout, because I am returning these speakers and I'm just gonna get a refund this time, and I'm going for a replacement. I'm not gonna go for a third time's the charm. It's not worth it anymore. I'm done dealing with these. These are getting returned to Amazon. Hopefully MouKey maybe refurbishes them and sells them as a refurb unit. If not, then someone might be getting these speakers that are damaged. If you receive a set of MouKey speakers and the rear right has some indentations on the tweeter, you have received my set of speakers. just a warning. I'm gonna go ahead and give these a shake as well, just to see if there's anything loose in them. I don't think so, but because I did give them a shake earlier, but just check and see. Yeah, I'm not crazy. There's nothing rattling around in those. There's just something wrong with the tweeter. I don't know what it is, because every other, I could just say, oh, it was the song. But no, I've listened to that song on every set of speakers I've reviewed, and I have never, ever, ever had a screeching sound coming from the right tweeter on that song. So I just don't know what's going on. But anyway, that'll be the end of this one. I'm gonna go ahead and get the wrap up for the $68 speaker shootout shot while I still have these, and that's it for today. I'm your host, Grant, with Tech and Grant, signing off.